round to all the towns. Head away, holiday, South Aussie with Cosi's on sit down. South Aussie with Cosi. In South Australia we will go. Head away, holiday, South Australia all the way. South Aussie with Cosi.
G'day and welcome to Kangaroo Island and welcome to South Aussie with Cosi. Look, this travel show, unlike all the others, it's not about glitzy and glamorous locations that you or I could never actually afford to go to. It's about budget travel, travelling with your family, travelling with your friends, and doing it without breaking the bank. How's this for a location? Kangaroo Island. It's a secret of South Australia, and over my shoulder are remarkable rocks. They have got to be one of the most famous, iconic natural wonders of South Australia. Right, before we go any further though, let's have a look what's on tonight's show. We'll catch up with Dave Gleeson from the Screaming Jets to see what he loves about SA, give you the chance to win a holiday getaway to Little Hampton, and we'll go behind the scenes and do a tour with the Adelaide Panda Bears. But first, let me show you just how cheap a houseboat holiday can actually be. Have you ever been on a houseboat holiday? If the answer's no, then you're seriously missing out. We're here in the main street of Mannum because we are about to kick off the BankSA $300 challenge. I'll show you how you can spend 2 days and 1 night on a luxury $1.2 million houseboat and not spend more than $300 a couple. In order to do that though, we're going to need some cash. The Murray River's the biggest river in the entire continent and is over 130 million years old. I actually can't believe how much Murray River we have here in SA. There's over 600 kilometres. That's like almost from here to Melbourne. It's a great destination for a day trip or a week's getaway, and the River Murray hasn't looked this good in years, plus it's loaded with yabbies. If you've never stepped foot on a houseboat before, then I ask you, please stay with me and give me the next 10 minutes of your life, because I'm going to show you something that is truly awesome that I know you'll love. We're here on the banks of the Murray River at Unforgettable Houseboats, which is owned by Mark and Leanne Flanagan. These guys are smooth operators when it comes to houseboats, and the one that we're taking out is that sucker behind us. Mark Flanagan, thanks for joining us, Cobber.
Pleasure, Cosi.
Now tell us about the fleet.
There's 11 boats in the Unforgettable fleet, and they range in all sizes, and that they accommodate from anything from 2 to 12. And we're going on one of the largest boats in that fleet. It's 3 stories,
wow. 6
bedrooms, 5 bathrooms, jacuzzi, 2 lounges. We are going to be on a floating hotel.
Just me and you, mate. What a ball. All right, well, let's go load up.
Okay.
Jeez, mate, 5 bathrooms. That's unreal. The River Murray in South Australia's got over 1,000 houseboats on it. Houseboats are so easy to drive, you don't need a boat licence. All that's required is a normal car licence. The boat owners will teach you everything you need to know about steering these big ships around the Murray. Hang on, have a look at this clown. Put your shirt back on, cowboy. No one likes a show off. We are taking out the most deluxe houseboat on the market, and the reason I'm doing this is to show you how the most expensive is still such great value. This boat is truly amazing. 6 bedrooms that have superb views, 5 bathrooms, plus, can you believe this? It's 3 stories. It's got its own kitchen, dishwasher, microwave, a massive dining area, awesome top deck level, a barbecue area, a swimming deck. Oh yeah, and by the way, don't forget it's also got its own cocktail bar upstairs. Staying on board this boat is exactly like staying in a high-class city hotel. I also love the fact that most of the good boats nowadays, like this one, have child fences that go the whole way around the boat. If you get yourself a good houseboat operator, they're going to offer you lots of little extras to make your trip easier. Mark explains a cheap way to feed the whole houseboat.
Well, one of the things we offer on the houseboat is the Aussie spit roaster. We supply all of the gear, the spit roaster, the beads. This is something that's a fantastic value. The meat comes from Males Meats in Mannum, locally produced, all prepared for the spit. The fruit and veg from Murrayland's Fruit and Veg. And this is such a great night, and it works out to around about $10 per head. Fantastic value, great night. You're sitting around the campfire while it's cooking, and at the end of it, you have a first-class bush-cooked roast meal.
Can you believe that this meal works out to be around $10 a head? That's a bargain. It's not just that it's cheap that's cool, it's actually the fact that we prepared the meal together with all our friends on the riverbank around a campfire. And please, just remember, we left from Mannum. That's just over an hour's drive from the CBD. South Australia truly does have the best backyard in the world, and if you haven't gone out and explored it, then you're seriously missing out. Hey, don't just take my advice on how good houseboat holidays are. Riverland boy Mark Rasciuto reckons his favourite holidays are houseboat holidays.
It's great for kids. You can ski, you can swim, you can yabby, you can fish, or you can just soak up the sun and have a great time. But value for money, there's nothing better.
I'm sitting here just south of Mannum, and behind me is some of the most beautiful backwaters you'll find in SA. And I tell you what, don't move a muscle because we've got plenty more coming up on South Aussie with Cosi.
South Aussie with Cosi.
Hi, I'm Tyson,
Hi, I'm Sarah.
and you're watching South Aussie with Cosi.
It won't last! Just kidding. It actually will. They're a lovely couple.
South Aussie with Cosi.
Welcome back. We are doing the BankSA $300 challenge. This is brilliant. I'm showing you how to spend 2 days and 1 night away on a houseboat on the Murray River and not spend more than $300 a couple. And that includes everything. I woke up at 7 a.m. the next morning, walked straight out of my bedroom, grabbed the fishing rod and sat back in the houseboat. What a start to the day. I kept asking myself why it had taken me so long to get back on a houseboat holiday. Mark Flanagan has been on the Murray River for years and he shares my passion for getting people onto houseboat holidays.
Look, we offer a unique holiday experience, an opportunity to get out in the bush on the Murray River in a houseboat that's got all the comforts of a big city hotel. It really is a combination of a camping trip with comfort, something you do, it's a journey with your friends, your family. It's something quite a special holiday and that really is unique to South Australia because we're in the big part of the Murray here. The cheapest time of year is during the low season, which goes over the months of June, July and August. But really, when you split a houseboat holiday between a group of people, it is really one of the best value for money holidays you're ever going to get.
South Aussie with Cosi.
We spent the bulk of day 2 just chilling out, as you do when you're houseboating. We went for a walk along the cliffs, which is actually well worth doing, and then we went canoeing through the backwaters. You can actually hire canoes from the boat operators for a small charge. Getting away with friends can actually be really tough, like kind of trying to find the time with work and chores at home taking up so much of our every single day. It's really easy to forget the most important thing in our life. Listen closely, spending time with family and friends. But you know what? It doesn't have to be hard and it doesn't have to be expensive. We were in our houseboat when the Murray Princess cruised past. She's a ripper and it made some massive waves. So I whacked on the wetty, I jumped on my jet ski and I took it for a burn. Like most blokes in their early 30s, a few years ago I found myself drinking far too much, eating way too much, but worst of all, working far too much. So back then I made a decision, and that was to spend more time doing what I like to do, and that's travelling around South Australia. And you know what, looking back at it, it's the best decision I've ever made. Well, that concludes the BankSA $300 challenge. We're heading back to Mannum. Remember, I promised you 2 days and 1 night on a beautiful luxury houseboat for under $300 per couple. It's time to find out how'd we go. The cost of the houseboat hire is $814 per night based on a 7-night hire. Divide that by the 12 of us on board and that's $67 per head. Fuel costs are $225 per day, and that gives you about 4 hours of cruising. That's $37.50 per head. The spit roast dinner, yum, worked out to be $10 a head. That's a bargain. Plus the other food for the barbie and brekkie was about $30 a head. So for our night away on the houseboat, it comes to $144.50 per person, and that's just under $300 a couple. Now, I've calculated this on a nightly basis to show you just how affordable houseboat holidays are, but bear in mind that most houseboat hires have to be across a full weekend, or if you really want to save money and make the most of your trip, hire them for a full week. At the full week hire rate, you get a houseboat worth over $1 million, the biggest one in Australia, for $67 per head per night. Show me what sort of hotel you can get in the city for $70 a night. We're also on the top range houseboat. You can even get cheaper, like this one. It's 5 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, and works out with a 7-day hire to only $41 per night per head. Houseboat holidays are something that many people haven't even thought about. Hopefully by seeing what we've done, it inspires you to get a group together and have a look into it. You know, I can't believe we got to do all the things we did for under $300 a couple, and it was only an hour 15 from Adelaide. Take a look back at all the stuff we did. We got up bright and early and left Saturday morning. We cruised up the river all day, found a nice spot to pull over, cooked a spit roast for dinner, which was only $10 a head. That's a bargain. We went for a hike, we took the canoes out, and we headed home Sunday night. Look, I gotta say, out of the whole South Aussie with Cosi series thus far, this houseboat trip, I believe, is the best value. Now, if you're doing a houseboat holiday and you can spare some extra cash, hang around because I've got something super cool to show you after the break.
Hi, I'm Panda and we're camping in Marrable. Don't go away because there's more South Aussie with Cosi after the break.
South Aussie with Cosi.
We're the Witter family from Birdwood and you're watching South Aussie with Cosi.
South Aussie with Cosi.
Dave Gleeson was the lead singer of the Screaming Jets. You know the song better. You know that I know better. Nowadays he lives in the Adelaide Hills and he's even got his own radio show called Rock of Ages. He's also responsible for, get this, saying one of the grossest, most disgusting things I've ever heard on Triple M. Have a listen.
Because I used to do this thing, everyone, block your stomachs. I would spit up in the air and our guitarist Richard would run underneath me and catch it, right? Cool, rock.
Oh, I can explain that. That's just rock and roll. You get lost in the moment. I know. But there was no gollies in it. I live in the beautiful Adelaide Hills in a place called Norton Summit, which has got about, I don't know, 20 people and a couple of dogs live there. Beautiful. My favourite event in SA is the Clipsal, for sure. Cars, hell chicks, big, fat, bald-headed, bearded, tattooed women everywhere. It's unreal. The best palmy schnitzel in South Australia would be at the Scenic Hotel at Norton Summit. Hey Herbie! Well, the last family holiday we had was at Robe. Beautiful beachside place that it is. It's like, you know, I like to have the country running straight down to the water. It's beautiful. I've always been meaning to go to the Flinders Ranges. Just the stuff you see about it, the photos and the scenery just looks amazing. So it's definitely on my list of things to do in the next 12 months.
How about this? If you're on a houseboat in South Australia and you do have the opportunity to splash the cash, then how does this sound? Getting your own 5-star gourmet chef on board to cook you and all your friends lunch or dinner. The thing about this is it's actually not that expensive. I was actually quite surprised. And the beautiful thing is you don't have to do a thing. I love the fact that we are in the middle of nowhere, cruising along the Murray River in a houseboat with 11 of our best friends, yet we have a 5-star chef in Damon. Mark, how good is this?
I know, look, it's really special. It's amazing to think, and we're very fortunate that we've got Damon, who is a 5-star chef, been with us for 11 years, that will come out and do a top-class restaurant quality meal like this on the river.
Well, Cosi, I'm on today to serve you guys lunch. Normally we would do dinners, but lunches are just as great. Today we're going to serve you start off with hors d'oeuvres, the arancini balls, which were served on a filled mushroom, and then smoked salmon with the horseradish and dill. So you guys are going to be full as by the time you finish.
I asked him what it is he loves about being an onboard chef.
Oh, look at the scenery. I mean, we're here, you've got one-on-one with the customers, you get to talk to them, you get to interact with them, you have some fun, you have a few drinks, and at the same time you just cook beautiful food. And I'm relaxed, they're relaxed, and the evening just takes place from then. You can go out and you can relax in South Australia, and it doesn't have to cost you a fortune to do, and it doesn't cost you a lot of money to have me on board as a group of 12 people.
Here we are in the Flinders Ranges, just outside of Corn, doing the Pitchy Richie camel tours. I've got Graham the Cameleer. Who have we got here, mate?
This is Ferrell, Col.
Ferrell, nice name. Look, each week we encourage you to send in your home videos or your photos of where you've been holidaying around South Australia. Look, just for doing that, and if it gets on the show, I could give you $200 cash, all thanks to Adelaide Arcade. Ferrell, it is now time to check out this week's winner. Craig and Sandra are from Redwood Park, and each year they hire a beachfront shack on York Peninsula. They love to spend time kissing fish, slightly weird, burying each other in the sand, jumping up and down, dropping boulders on each other, and playing Uno, or Uno, just depends how you say it. Well, draw 4, North family, because Uncle Cosi's flicking you $200 cash, all thanks to the Adelaide Arcade. 9 out of 10 top sheep breeders recommend South Aussie with Cosi. We'll be back with more after the break. Hey, some of that's mine.
South Aussie with Cosi.
Hi, this is Winky Dink Superstar. I'm back on TV after 20 years. I wish this program was mine, but it's got something to do with a guy called Cosi. South Aussie with Cosi. South Aussie with Cosi.
South Aussie with Cosi.
Howdy, y'all. We are on the cliff tops at Port Lincoln National Park. I tell you what, this place is absolutely superb. So is this, your chance to win an SA Shorts holiday package, all thanks to the South Australian Tourism Commission. How do you win it? Well, it's really easy. We give away one every single week. Jump on the website, southaussiewithcosi.com.au. Let's check out this week's prize. Leebelt House is a self-contained bed and breakfast set among 69 acres of rural farming land at beautiful Little Hampton. That's located in the Adelaide Hills and only 8 minutes from Harndorf. It's a 2-bedroom cottage which will comfortably cater up to 4 people or an entire family. The main bedroom has an open fireplace and a queen-size 4-poster bed. Ah, this is living. Hey, how's this? There's over 400 great SA holiday ideas in the South Australian Shorts booklet. For your chance to win this Shorts package, then just register your details at southaussiewithcosi.com.au and good luck. Here we are at the Adelaide Zoo. This is home to over 1,800 different animals, just behind me. But there are 2, without question, that are the big stars of the show. I'm talking about Wang Wang and Fooni. Now, we hear that there's not just the normal rock up and see the pandas and go, oh wow, how cute are they? There is a tour you can do called the VIP Panda Tour, where you get to go behind the scenes, meet, and believe it or not, touch the pandas. So, it's inside there. Follow me. Let's do it. Move over Humphrey Bear, because South Australia has 2 new favourite bears. It's these guys, the pandas at the Adelaide Zoo. And Steve, how cool's your job? Keeper of the pandas. Now tell us about the panda we've got behind us.
This is Fooni behind us at the moment. She's eating on some arrowgrass bamboo, which is one of the favourites of both of them. As you can see, quite relaxed and enjoying that.
How can you tell the difference between Wang Wang and Fooni, apart from obviously?
Oh look, they do look rather different when you get to know them, that's one thing. Colours are obviously the same, but personality, behaviour, but we can pick them at a distance now. And
is the female panda generally grumpier?
This one's a little bit more playful. She's a bit younger, so she's still got a few cub behaviours to her. Wang Wang's a bit more set in his adult sort of solitary lifestyle by now.
Now the reason why we've headed to the zoo is because we hear there's a VIP panda tour. What exactly happens?
Well, they get to come back behind the scenes with the keepers. We run them 4 times a week, and we get up close and personal with them. So we tell you all about the food they eat, where they've come from. You get to feed them and have a good old look.
Sounds like a plan. Let's go check it out.
You bet.
Cheers.
This is a golden bamboo, nice and leafy. They eat this really well in summer. Winter bamboo, This is what they like in winter, really the hard woody stuff.
Question, Steve, since you've been feeding the pandas and since I've been in Australia, have you ever come out into the yards and seen them treating this like a didgeridoo?
No, I haven't. They've actually got really strong jaws, because as you just felt, that's pretty strong, strong stuff. So the jaw's really, really strong. They can snap that in half. They strip off all this green outer layer and they eat this white inside.
Mate, have the police ever done a raid on this joint? It just looks dodgy, doesn't it? Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Panda Bear. The pandas in South Australia are incredibly intelligent. Have a look at him. I've taught him how to use a toilet. It's just amazing.
This is Wong Wong. He's about to turn 6. This is where we do a lot of his training at the moment. So Tess and I will just quickly get a temperature. Wong Wong. Boy. So really what my job is to keep his head up and focused on what I'm doing. That allows Tess to do her job.
Oh, that wasn't an oral thermometer.
Come on in. They've got sharp teeth. Hold one end safely, put it through enough that he can grab it from you.
Oh, I'm sorry, mate. That's just an honest mistake. 100 apologies. Oh, look at that.
Here you go. Give him a cake too. Give him a pat on the paw. Once he's feeding, he's
happy.
Pretty good with yeah, he's a happy boy.
Jeez, pretty cool, hey? Pretty sharp paws.
Very sharp.
Touching a panda.
Well, guys, this is Fumi. Good girl.
I'm on the outside. No, here you go, just kidding. What's on that apple? My wife and I actually got married in the Adelaide Zoo. Oh, look how happy we were back then. Our ceremony in the zoo was held in the Rotunda, so awesome. Then we had our reception at the Semaphore Palais, where I ended up dancing on the bar, and it was only 9:30. There's something I regret. How's this for a location? Behind me is the Brighton Caravan Park, located perfectly on the foreshore. Well, that's all we've got time for on South Aussie with Cosi, but a couple of things really quickly. Number one, Facebook. If you're a fan of the old Facebook, then request me as a friend. Just look up Cosi Costello. Maybe you can suggest places where I should be visiting in SA. I'll tell you somewhere you should be visiting, the website, southaussiewithcosi.com.au. Check it out, you can find yourself winning $200 or a free holiday in South Australia. In the meantime, have a safe day and hooroo.
In South Australia we will go, head away, holiday, South Australia all the way, South Aussie with Cosi.
South Aussie with Cosi is proudly brought to you by the South Australian Tourism Commission.
South Aussie with Cosi.
I like possums.